Hi Scorpio, welcome to Sacred Star Tarot. I'm Corinne and this is the timeless reading for the message that is meant to reach you right now. So Scorpio, we're going to start with channeled messages, have a look at your oracle cards and then dive deep into the tarot. Okay, so we're just going to call in Spirit. If you'd like to take a deep breath with me, call in Spirit, your higher self, our guides, the angels and the archangels to bring Scorpio everything they need to know and the message that is meant to reach them right now. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to tune into your energy, Scorpio. And I've already shuffled and we've got a couple of oracle cards to begin. All right, so your first oracle is sensitivity. And it's Archangel Haniel. Archangel Haniel and sensitivity. And what I'm getting from this card, Scorpio, is that, of course, you're sensitive. You're a water sign. But it says you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor your feelings, your true feelings. And what I'm getting actually is honoring your true feelings. Sometimes our true feelings can be really hidden from us. And that's what I'm getting from you, for you, is that there may be some underlying feelings that you haven't either seen or acknowledged in your current situation. You know, sometimes we kind of suppress them and push them down, pretend they're not there, and they could be either suppressed or repressed. So you could be aware that you're suppressing them, your true feelings, or maybe you don't even realize that you've automatically suppressed or repressed them. And so Spirit's wanting you to spend a bit of time to look deeper, you know, to go within and to question, because this is, Scorpio, this is what you're good at. Delve deep into the subconscious and ask yourself, how am I really feeling about this situation? Even if your feelings aren't nice or they're not pleasant or not what you really want to feel, honesty is much more important. You know, it's getting really honest with how you're feeling about a current situation is what I'm getting. And I'm seeing these little either doves or butterflies in the background. And I think when you get clear on how you're truly feeling about your current situation, it's going to give you this sense of freedom, you know, because when you really see it, you know, there's these beautiful white doves, there's butterflies and the swans, and that's telling me that it's returning to your state of grace. So maybe it's been something an emotion that's stirring in the background for you, Scorpio. And you're not, you know, it's in the background, so you're not completely aware of it yet, but the calling is to have a look at it. Now, for some of you, it could be to do with a relationship because your next card is Love Life. And this will be one of two things, or it could be both actually for you, Scorpio. For some of you, it could be that these feelings are to do with a relationship and maybe you haven't been quite honest or realised how you're really feeling about it, and now's the time to get really honest about it. Otherwise, it's that there's something missing and you're not loving life. You know, there's something going on that's causing you to lose that love of life. And the love of life is really important. It's like the fuel for our tank. We have to love life. We don't always love all that we do, but as long as we've got things, you know, a big part of our life that we love, that fuels us. And maybe that's just missing for you at the moment, Scorpio. So delving deep into your feelings, possibly around relationships or something that has interrupted your love of life. Because Spirit, you can see the rose that's sitting right in the middle of her heart. And that's what I'm getting, is like Spirit wants to renew your love for life. And I think it's missing. You know, that's what I'm really feeling. Or it's not at its full potential. Maybe you love life, but it's like a new level of love of life that's wanting to come in for you. So let's delve a bit deeper. And first of all, I just want to go to the fairy energies. So can we please have a fairy message for the lovely Scorpio? Can we please have a message for Scorpio? The message that is meant to reach them right now. Okay. It's that one. Manifestation. So you have the fairy of manifestation. Lovely. And I love that it's gold. It reminds me of abundance. So this could be to do with money. It says, be very honest and clear with what you wish to manifest in your life. Now write down on a piece of paper, manifestation step 1. So this is telling me, Scorpio, that Spirit wants you to be really clear with your manifestations. So it reminds me of the Eight of Wands, and we'll see if that comes up in your reading as well, potentially the tower with those hidden emotions. But this is about having that crystal clear focus of what it is you want, being super, super clear so that the universe knows. You know, we think sometimes the universe knows what we want, so we don't actually ask for it. We think that, you know, the universe is a mind reader, and it's not, because that would be giving away your free will. And because free will can never be violated, it's like more of a mechanism. You know, it's like AI, you have to, or Google, you have to actually, ChatGPT, you have to be really specific with what you want, otherwise you won't get the answers, or you won't get what you need in return. It's just a weird analogy. But it's a similar type of thing, the more specific you can get. Now, the caveat with this is then it's about letting go of the expectation of how and when, and always knowing that, or asking for something better. This or more, you know, is the thing that's coming up for me. But being really specific. So if it's that you would love to live in a certain location, it's like, universe, I want to live in this location. I want to have a house that has trees, you know, whatever it is that you want, that is the calling. And then letting go of the details of the hows, of the whens. Let the universe sort that out for you. But now's the time to get really clear with the the fairy of manifestation. Okay. Now let's dive into your tarot to get more specifics. Okay, Spirit, can we please have specifics for Scorpio for this moment? What they need to know, the most important messages that they need to hear right in this moment. Okay. So what do they need to know? Beautiful. Yeah, so if you're feeling extra sensitive at this time, Scorpio, know that there might be some underlying true feelings under the surface for you to investigate, to do what Scorpio does best. Then you have, so the first card you have is the Eight of Swords. Then you have the Nine of Swords. Let's get a bit more so I can get the full picture for you, Scorpio. There we go. Oh, 10 of Cups, 4 of Swords. Let's see. I've got a feeling we're going to get some information on what might have been blocking your manifestation. So let's see. 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. So a lot of mental energy, a lot of worries, anxieties. 4 of Swords. Wow, okay. Oh my goodness, I think, Scorpio, you've been a bit tied up in your mind. And maybe for some of you that you've been doing a lot of mental work, you know, when we're in thinking mode, it can really overtake, you know, and drain our batteries. That's what I'm getting. So maybe you've been doing a lot of work where you've got to use your thought processes in your mind a lot, and that's really draining your energy. And now when your energy is drained, unfortunately what happens is we can't manifest as well. You know, the manifestation comes from a high frequency. And that's why when you're feeling your best, so you're relaxed on holidays or something wonderful's happened and you're filled with optimism and excitement, you find that everything in life flows. When we're drained, and it doesn't even mean that it's negative thinking, it might just be just excess mental energy. And when we're tired, it blocks our manifestation. So things slow down, things stop working. And so Spirit wants you to renew and recharge your energy. So for each one of you, Scorpio, it's different how you do it, but what recharges your battery? Do you need to just have a rest and have a break or have a holiday? Do you get energy from being in nature and going for walks or being around people and having fun? What is it that recharges your battery? Because I can see that recharging your battery will be really important for being able to manifest, because next you have your 10 of Cups. Now the other message here is that that you could be caught up with worrying. Yeah, and it could be to do with worrying about manifestation, worrying about your money. Maybe things aren't working for you when you're worried because you've got the 5 of Coins. And this is telling me that this is the feeling when nothing is working for me and I can't seem to get a break, and I'm going to be left out in the cold and I'm a victim, that things just, I can't have what I want. And maybe even I'm not good enough, So I think this is a little bit of a block to your manifestation. And we're going to get some guidance because it's come up so that you can break free of it, Scorpio, so that you can have your 10 of Cups, which you deserve, the ultimate fulfillment. So there's a few messages here because you have, investigating. I think there's something going on where you're just not happy with something and you haven't maybe been really honest with yourself, maybe just doing it because you feel like you have to do it, or you're in a relationship and, you're for some of you, you've started a relationship or in a relationship and, you know that it's not right, but you're not being really honest with yourself about it, or you're starting a new project and it's not really feeling right, but you're trying to push through it anyway. And this is a calling to say, there's something better, and investigate your feelings on this situation and really look at your manifestation. What is it you really want? And we're going to find out a little bit more guidance. Because the really positive thing, you've got a lot of challenge, but it's like the 10 of Cups is there. Spirit wants you to have a look at this, because if you sort this out, you can move towards your 10 of Cups. And I want to find out how you can sort it out so I can give you a bit more specific advice other than looking at, getting really clear on how you're feeling. And I actually missed the other oracle, which is really important. So the other oracle card that I was saving actually to a bit later, but it's relevant now. It says it's time to leave an unhealthy situation. So that might be relevant for some of you. So maybe there's a situation you're in that it's time to, look, you don't have to necessarily leave it. And, with tarot, of course, these are just messages. They're collective messages. So always take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but always use your own intuition with any message you ever get from anyone. But if a relationship or a situation is feeling unhealthy and you're going in and you've already feeling it and you already know that that's true, this would be the confirmation that maybe it's time to move on to something better. Because there's something going on that's causing you anxiety. So it's time to kind of have a look at it and make the change. Yeah. So you've got the 8 of Cups, which is the card of like moving on to something better. Something's not kind of satisfying you. Okay. So can we please have more clarity for Scorpio? Can we have any direction, what they can do about this? Yeah, I think the biggest message is getting really honest with yourself, Scorpio. To get to your honest feelings about it. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Beautiful. So know that there's a new level or a new opportunity there for you. And I feel like that's coming to give you a bit of hope. You know, sometimes we stay with what we know because we don't think there's something better out there. And that would suggest that there absolutely is. And you have the Nine of Cups, which says the same thing. And this is the other message of this card is very much about do the things that are working. You know, it's looking at what's not working. Okay, this isn't working. I'm going to do less of that. This is working and returning, you know, either joy, fulfillment. It's going well, so do more of that. So that's a way to decide what to move towards and what to move away from. And it's really about clearing these anxieties. I think you've got a lot of stress going on around this situation. So it's time to really look at it so that you can get past it. But that's beautiful. It's so positive with the Nine of Cups. So look at what's working, do more of that. Look at what's not working and change it. Okay, can we have another message for Scorpio, please, Spirit? How can they get out of this? Is there any more guidance for getting out of this stress and anxiety? Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful. So you have the Emperor and the Page of Wands, Scorpio. So this is saying, yeah, it's time to really take charge of your situation. And for some of you, if it's not leaving a situation that's unhealthy, maybe it's just putting some boundaries around it. You know, it's about changing it to suit you. Because sometimes we don't have to leave, it's just changing it to make it work for you. That's the other message I'm getting through. So Spirit's really trying to help you to get out of this stress, which is great. You have so much potential and possibilities. My goodness, there you go. Love that. Love that. You have the 10 of Cups in your reading and the 10 of Wands. So, the 10 of Wands is like the end of the, why I love it is the end of this stress. So that the end of the stress is there. So that you can feel overjoyed and fulfilled. So it's either about leaving the situation, getting true with your feelings, or changing it to make it work for you. But with the Emperor, it's telling me, Spirit's saying it's time to face it. Time to face it so that you can do something about it. And then things will get a lot better for you. Beautiful. Now, can we get where does Spirit want us to go? Let's see. Let's go with a Archangel Michael message for you, Scorpio. Can we get a message from Archangel Michael to guide Scorpio with this situation? Lovely. Great. So I think coming out of it really soon, you'll get your clarity, which is really good. Beautiful. Says eternal love. So Archangel Michael with eternal love. Help me perceive all that I love and all that surrounds me so I can feel safe, receiving and expressing and giving love. Beautiful. So this might be another message also, with love life. There might be some heart healing, to do as well. So really go to your heart, Scorpio. Find out what you really, really want. That's going to be the key. That's really going to be the key. And the other message is, if you feel a bit blocked in feeling love, ask Archangel Michael to open your heart so that you can feel the love around you. Because that was the message at the beginning I was seeing, very much the Tower card, and I thought it might come up. But the Tower is like the prison or the boundaries that we build so that we don't feel our emotions. And when we block off our emotions, we block off the feeling of love as well. So that's where I'm feeling that, the message is really, if you can really sit with yourself and delve deep, see how you're really feeling inside, that's going to help. That's going to help you to understand yourself better and really understand where you're at and what you want. So if you're feeling extra sensitive, you might go in nature, journal, delve really deep, find out what's in your heart, find out what you're happy with, what you're not happy with, and start taking control and making the changes that you want to make. Because you only live once, Scorpio. Your time, your life is so important, valuable, amazing, precious, all of those wonderful things. So if you need that angelic support and you connect with Archangel Michael or go to your higher self, ask to perceive love and any answers that you might need as well. That's just beautiful. What a lovely, lovely message for you. So that is your timeless reading, the message that Spirit wanted to get to you right now. I hope that helps guide you and helps you get past this challenge so that you can really find that love of life and what's really in your heart. You really deserve it. Wonderful. So subscribe to my channel to never miss a reading, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.